Hey guys, this is Mike the Wrestling Guy Smith, and you guys are watching All in Wrestling. This video is actually about my AEW Rampage predictions, and also for Battle of the Belts as well. So I'm gonna do this in one video. I know it's been a while, and I apologize. A lot of stuff has been happening in AEW. I've been trying to catch up, but as we've seen on Wednesday with my AEW review, I already know. Like, you know what's funny? I like the Dark Order story and Andrade story because I really, really want the Dark Order to be trio champions. I really do because those dudes deserve those belts. And you know what? The Dark Order, I like them. I like them just like I like Death Triangle. I think it's gonna be a fantastic match. It's gonna be either way. I already see it the way I see it because this is what I'm telling you. This is at Battle of the Belts. I think. That's my one thought. I don't think that Trent's gonna beat him for that All Atlantic title because Pac's not letting it go. The bastard Pac is not letting it go. The bastard. See, he's not letting it go, and I already see it. The belt he's probably going. The thing is, if Aleister Black comes back, I think he's gonna give it to him, or he'll give it to Andrade, or he'll give it to Roosh, or somebody who's never had a title. And I think Andrade should have had the All Atlantic title. I really feel like he should have had it. But this will probably give him the drive to have it because if he beats Sting, he's like, yo, I could step up to Pac. I could actually step up and beat him and do all this other stuff because they think that Best Friends is still a joke. You know, even with Orange Cassidy kind of doing a heel thing where he's not doing a heel promo, but he's doing the heel thing anyway. And this is my thought about the Rampage thing too, because now we kind of got a storyline where you got Wardlow who's gonna destroy Sanjay Dutt and the rest of them. I mean, he's gonna destroy Brian Cage and his group, and Samoa Joe's gonna help him, and FTR's got it, and I'm glad they're there. Now now you got the acclaimed. Now you have the Acclaim, who are tag team champions right now, and probably going to go against Swerve and Glory because I feel like that's going to happen at some point where he gets a match with them at Full Gear. That's my thought about that because that's what they're trying to put. That's what they're trying to give us. That's what they're really kind of planning to that point. Because look, it's like I said, guys, as a fan, and I know this because it's great. AEW is still great. I'm glad that Sammy Guevara actually is developing too, but here's the big thing I thought about with the Daniel Garcia thing. And I really haven't had a chance to think about this, but I'm kind of thinking about it right now because now we kind of have this loop of things where it's Daniel Garcia kind of finding his own way, and that's something I've been wanting him to do ever since he joined Chris Jericho's group because he was always always a non-transparent guy. And that's the thing. Ever since he beat Will Yuta and Will Yuta joined the Blackpool Combat Club, those two guys have been kind of developing better. And I feel that he's going to join the Blackpool Combat Club and be a part of it with Yuta because I feel like they're going to do something with that. The MJF thing, with them actually having the title match in 2 weeks, I still believe he's probably going to get involved with the firm at some point, or he's going to disband them, or he's going to get rid of the firm entirely. Or this is just something to kind of make us or they're going to do a swerve the next Tuesday, which is next 2 weeks, literally Tuesday. I really feel like it's going to be a massive swerve because they're going to make this massive swerve happen where it's going to not make any sense or it's not going to fit because he's going to be part of the firm in such a way that they're going to affect how they work. You see, you got Stokely, who's not really doing something. Now, and then you got Jade Cargill, which I really feel like Jade's not going to... It's going to be a well-fought battle against Willow Nightingale. It's going to be a well-fought battle. And they're going to probably put Willow Nightingale on top because they want Willow Nightingale to be something because that's what she really needs to be pushed a little bit. And this is what I'm saying, too, with Jade Cargill is that I don't hate her as a wrestler. I like her ability. I just feel like she's not the locker room leader. I feel like she's not going to give everybody an elevating thing because that's what they should do. Madison Reigns, more power to her. And I feel like with her in Sky Blue, she's doing amazing on Elevation, which I've seen her do. And I'm just at this point in my time or at this point in my life where there's a point in time that The JS is gonna disassemble because you know what? If Daniel Garcia is seeing it where he could actually be a real wrestler, he doesn't feel like he's a sports entertainer, he's a wrestler, and that's the thing that they're trying to blur that line between sports entertainer and wrestler, which I like that idea, but like I said, guys, there's a problem to that idea. I like that idea, but there's a problem. You can't blur the line between a sports entertainer and a wrestler because that's what WWE's put in their minds, and this is where I say with AEW, because of the shit that's been going on with the because of what's been going on in the background, it's they want more people, and that's why I'm glad that they're bringing guys that we like Wardlow and Brian Cage and all having these never before seen matches that I never thought we would have because it's like now we're getting Chris Jericho versus Bryan Danielson 3, which we should have got that in WWE, but we didn't because Chris Jericho he came back for a little bit, then he left, and he came back again. And it wasn't really helping him, and now with Chris Jericho, with Bryan Danielson being hurt from WWE when he got hurt, and then he had to retire, and he never came back, and then it was like a really like a big big fork in the heart now. It's that they're WWE's trying to keep up with AEW now. And it's not so bad, but AEW keeps winning because they're always making these never before seen matches where we're getting a lot of titles. And this is why I say with the Battle of the Belts, if the Dark Order becomes Trios champions and they develop and they do it on the anniversary of Brody's death, of his passing, that's gonna make the fan base go through the roof, and I think they should do that because that'd be an amazing underdog story because these guys are the underdogs. If the Acclaim can get the tag team titles from Swerve and Our Glory for months, these dudes need a title run, a good title run. Because otherwise, we're not gonna get what we want, and that's the thing I was saying with Pac. Because now you got Death Triangle; those dudes are on another level because they got those belts. Everybody's going against them now, and I like that. So if Matt Hardy comes back, and I thought about that too, if he comes back and he's with Private Party, those guys are going to be on a run with Dark Order. So they're going to get a shot. And if the Young Bucks decide to come back, they're going to be a trios thing with Kenny because they're going to build him and Adam Cole are going to be a fact. They're probably, Undisputed Elite is probably going to be a thing, or they're going to build something with Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish because I feel like they're going to do something with that too, where everybody's coming back in such a way. And I like that they're doing that because it's like now we kind of have a thought. Now we have an idea. Now we know what we want to do. And I was like, okay, I get it now. I was like, I got it now. I understand what they're doing. And this is what I was thinking about. This is what I was thinking about on Wednesday, guys. This is why I'm doing my predictions the way I'm doing them, is because I really believe they're going to do an underdog story with Dark Order and Willow Nightingale. That's the next thing they're trying to do. They're going to elevate everybody else, but they got to elevate the people that have been learning longer because now we're in year 3. Now everybody's knowing their spots. Everybody knows what they want to do. Evil Uno's kind of gained a lot of weight. Like he's gained a lot of muscle. He's not a heavy-set guy anymore. I think he's lost a couple pounds because I don't see his stomach. I think he's actually really taking his health seriously too. Because that's my thought process. That's my thought process of the Dark Order. These guys, they were good when I saw them. Even with Brody, when he made them a threat, these dudes, he made everybody in that group a thing. He made John Silver and Alex Reynolds a thing. Because I'm like, bro, it's like without them, he made 10 a guy who can take a beating. He made Anna Jay actually beat Anna Jay and Ty Conti, giving her a little bit of a rub because Ty Conti wasn't going to do anything in NXT, and I feel bad that they kind of ruined her on NXT, but that's another story for another time. See, and this is the thing I look at the JS because it's like, you got 2.0, you got Hager, and you got Chris Jericho, and you got Sammy Guevara, and I'm thinking to myself, Chris Jericho's no Ric Flair, but he's been he was around with Ric Flair, Scott Steiner, and all these dudes were around. And it's like now he's got to coach a whole group of dudes to be at the level. Jake Hager, on the other hand, he hasn't done anything. I still feel like he's a waste of energy. I really do. Lance Archer, I'm hoping for God's sake they bring him back and they make him better because he needs to be on a roll too. He should have been TNT champion at some point, even when Cody was, or Darby, because Darby impresses me every time. And I said this before, Darby's not done. Darby is not done by a long shot. He's not done with anything. Sting's not done either, because when Sting comes back, and Sting's going to be on that level, he's going to come back, he's going to want a championship run. They're not going to break up, but they're going to be partners. They're going to get a tag team title run where it's actually going to make sense. And the thing is, Sting has been doing this tag team shit for 30 years. And this is what I said before, because now, what I'm saying, guys, bear with me. And like I said, I'm telling you guys the truth. I see what they're doing, AEW tonight. Because all my predictions are going to come true. They've been coming true a lot. And MJF, he's going to be champion. It's probably not going to be a benchmark. It might be against Hangman. But if it is, he's gonna be champion so much that the devil advocate that he's trying to, his persona, which is the devil's advocate, he's going to take that devil's advocate persona. He's going to change the way AEW lives and breathes, because that's what Tony Khan wants. He wants everybody to realize, like, bro, I'm bringing these guys in because I need to change some shit. This is what I'm saying, guys. This is what I'm saying with the firm and all these little groups that are running around. This is why. Because you got the Blackpool Combat Club who are doing a hell of a job with Willa Yuta. Because Willa Yuta keeps impressing me. He needed that boost. He needed to get away from the best friends. But the best friends weren't treating him as nothing. You got Trent Beretta, who was part of a tag team, which Roppongi Vice with Rocky Romero in New Japan, and now you got him and Chuck Taylor still doing the same thing. They're never going to be tag champions because they're not taking the whole thing about being a tag team seriously. It's like the Acclaim, them dudes went from being a nobody team to one of the top teams in AEW right now. And the funny thing is, the whole scissoring segment isn't really funny, but it's like, yo, he's got an idea and he ran with it. Even when he was rapping outside of AEW, he's that guy. He's like Ethan Page. He's a guy that's going to take himself and do something with Scorpio Sky, because Scorpio Sky made himself a bigger player now because he had Ethan Page. He had a guy who wanted to go heel. He actually had a good TNT title run and did something for him. You see, and this is what I was saying with Samoa Joe and all these dudes that were running in, because now you got a whole group of dudes that are running the show. You got a whole group of women that are going to get elevated because of Madison Reigns. Because now that Madison Reigns is here, now that Paige is here, it's going to start changing the development. So if Thunder Rosa decides to come back, she could go completely heel and we would love it, because, we never think that maybe in the realm of thought, and this is what I'm saying with the wrestling industry, and this is what WWE is programming to us, is that we have to let the stories don't make sense. In AEW, they're flowing organically because now we got MJF, who's actually a threat. Because the brother's he's not making a lot of promos. He's kind of picking his spot and waiting to pick his spot. That's what he's doing. He's waiting to pick his spot. You see? And that's what they're going to do. They're going to give MJF the greatest story ever. They're going to give him the greatest title run story ever, because he's going to be a guy who got insulted, who got pushed to the point where he actually made a promo and almost lost his job. So now he's kind of come back. He's a little bit re-ramped a little bit. He's still doing the suits and stuff, but he's actually wrestling. He's actually putting the effort in. He's not really got a bunch of dudes backing him up now, because the firm is done, because the pinnacle is done because of Tully. So now FTR is on their own level. They should have been on their own level without Tully, because now you got a guy who's got the brain set, and now they're going to go after anybody. That means if they go after the Acclaim, they're going to be a full, a quattro tag team, because they literally have the tag. They got the IGP title belts. They have the Ring of Honor tag belts, and then they're gonna have the AEW belts. So now you got them. Now you got guys who are coming in from AAA, and you got these other dudes coming from New Japan. You got these dudes coming from Impact that are coming in to build. So like I said, guys, tonight's predictions, I'm gonna go through them. we might see a new women TBS champion, which I don't mind Willow Nightingale. I don't mind it. I don't mind how the match is gonna go. But at least give Willow a chance to be the underdog in the situation, because that's what Athena should have been. They don't never want to make her an underdog or give an underdog situation because they want Jade to be they want to book her strong, and I get why, because her child. I get the whole stitch of it. But the thing that I would want to see with a bunch of guys, I would want to see Willow kind of be the TNT championship, because that means Ruby Soho will come back. That means Ruby will come back and want to go after the TBS championship. That means, you're Willow Nightingale. I don't see what's impressive about you. And then that'll get under her skin. That'll get under Athena's skin, because she's got a title and she doesn't. So we might get a heel Athena from that, because I feel like they're gonna put that thing in the ocean. Excuse me a second. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 10:01 p.m.
And like I said, but anyway, guys, this is the end of my predictions for Rampage and Battle of the Belts 4. So anyway, guys, like, comment, subscribe. Peace.